Hi. Happy hump day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. And welcome to this Timeout Overtime edition on this Timeout Overtime YouTube channel. Timeout Overtime YouTube channel. That's right. Yeah. And I'm Rick Arsenal, by the way. And you know the drill. If you haven't done so yet, get down there and smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. Thanks so much. Coast to coast, everybody in between, I can't thank you enough for watching my podcast. We've only been doing it now for a couple of years. We've already got 250 subscribers, thanks to you folks out there, and I think that's pretty darn good. So, mainly Tigers, Pistons. We'll do Pistons first. They took an early lead last night, game one of their series against the Cavaliers, but we'll get to that in just a second. I want to get you all updated on what's going on in the NBA playoffs right now. Second round of the West. Thank you very much. Second round of the West. Last night, the OKC beat the Lakers, so they've got a 1-0 lead in that semifinal, Western semifinal round. In the other Western semifinal round, the Minnesota Timberwolves have a 1-0 lead on San Antonio. Game 2 is coming up tonight at 9:30. There's a doubleheader tonight on ESPN. It starts at 7. The Eastern game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Knicks and Sixers. Knicks won relatively easy on Monday night. Game 2 is tonight at Madison Square Garden. That's on at 7 on ESPN. Immediately following that, about 9:30, Game 2 of the Timberwolves and the Spurs out west. So you got a pretty good doubleheader tonight. Again, the Knicks had a relatively easy time of it on Monday night against the Sixers. I fully expect them to. I think that'll probably go 6. That series. The Knicks are clearly the better team. They should be playing Boston right now, but they're not. If you're a sports fan in New England, and I found out today, I do have several people up there watching my podcast. You've got my sympathy. It was not a good year for the Bruins. Celtics got eliminated first round. Shouldn't have. Red Sox are not off to the best of starts, although they have taken the first 2 from the Tigers. We'll get to that in a second. And the Patriots. Lions are playing the Patriots this year at Ford Field. By the way, the Lions announcement was made yesterday, I believe, or maybe the day before. They've got the easiest schedule this year in the National Football League, to the Lions. The easiest schedule. And again, we'll get to that just a second. Let me get basketball out of the way here first. Pistons last night took a 1-0 lead on the Cavaliers. They had an 18-point lead in the first half, but you knew Cleveland would come back, and they did. Actually, they tied the game, I think, with 5 or 6 minutes left. Pistons then went on a run after that. This Piston team, with each game now, we see is getting more maturation on this team with every game now, especially at home. This was their 4th consecutive playoff home victory last night. Okay. It's very relevant now, as important as it was last night to win game 1. Game 2 tomorrow night is even more important because the Cavaliers, who have not won a game on the road yet this postseason, that was their 4th straight postseason loss on the road this year. But they haven't lost a home game either. They don't want to go out there. They don't want to go out there tomorrow night and get down 2-0. The Pistons are going to have to really, and I think they can, as relevant as game 1 last night. Game 2 tomorrow night at Little Caesars Arena will be even more important. And of course, games. I think that's a. Is it a Peacock game tomorrow night? I think it is a Peacock game. Because I think Monday night was Amazon. I think Monday night was Amazon. Anyway, I think it's a Peacock game tomorrow night. And also the NBC Sports Network. The 2 games in Cleveland. Saturday at 3, and then Monday night at 8 are on the NBC parent network. How about that? You get to see them for free. Okay. No, nothing is hardly free anymore. But even if you just have a digital antenna like I do, you get NBC for free. You can watch both those games on Saturday afternoon and Monday night. How about that? And by the way, Channel 10 here locally, which is the NBC affiliate, 7 o'clock, they're carrying the Tiger game tonight. They're taking a feed from Detroit Sportsnet. That's free. Jack Flaherty is the only Tiger. He has been the least effective of any of the starters, and it is, how ironic is it that he hasn't gotten hurt. He's about the only starter who hasn't gotten hurt or suspended. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So the Pistons observations from last night. Well, what did I take? Jalen Duren is growing up. You know, I think we tend to forget just how important playoff experience is. Playoff experience is extremely important. They got their feet in the water a little bit wet last year against the Knicks. But I tell you, you've been in the playoffs are a whole different can of worms, if you will, than the regular season. And with each game, I think the Pistons are getting more and more mature. And last night showed it again. Look, I tickle pink to see Tobias Harris as a second scoring option, aside from Cade Cunningham. I think it was sour grapes. I didn't hear it, but I'm told the radio guys for the Cavs last night said they beat themselves. They didn't think the foul calls were all that even either. I am not so sure about that. But like I said, tomorrow night is even twice as big as Monday night's game was. Look, Harden for the Cavaliers. You know, he's a future Hall of Famer, I think. But right now, I'm sorry. Even Duncan Robinson had his way with the Harden last night, James Harden. It was a good night for Duncan Robinson. He made 5 of 8 from behind the stripe, the 3-point stripe. Duren for the Pistons. Jalen Duren. Like I said, I think he's growing up before our very eyes. He looks like he's got his confidence back now. The playoffs are a whole different animal. Because, you know, and another thing, you have to realize these games are nationally televised. Not like the regular season games, only on a regional basis. Now the whole country's watching you. I think that's got a lot to do with it too. I really do. I still think this series is going to go 7, and you got to win tomorrow night, Pistons. And go up 2-0. You know, you don't want to go back all even, going back to Cleveland and knowing that they haven't lost a home game yet. They don't need to get behind 3-1 again in a series. We've already gone through that. Win tomorrow night. You got to win tomorrow night. It's a big game tomorrow night. 7 o'clock. As I said, I believe it's on Peacock and the NBC Sports Network. Okay. All right. I think I've got you caught up on both the West and the East in the NBA. Anything else I left off? No. Again, Cade had another good night. And Sir Thompson, if he's not the best, one of the best or the best defensive players in the league right now, I don't know who is. That guy, he's should be the defensive player of the year in my book. No. We got you all caught up on the NBA right now. By the way, before I forget too, the announcement was made today at Little Caesars Arena. The beginning and next fall, the Ladies Professional Hockey League, I think it's the LPHL, will start playing. We'll have a team in Detroit that will play at Little Caesars Arena starting next fall. We don't know what their name is going to be yet, but the announcement, that's official. The announcement was made today. There will be ladies playing hockey at Little Caesars Arena next fall. How big is that going to go over? Again, we're getting into uncharted waters there. But all right, sponsors. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. What can you say about it? Everybody knows where the Finish Line is because it's been serving our community now for the better part of 4 decades, more than 40 years around here. And there's a reason for that. It's the best doggone sit-down restaurant in our area. I have no script I'm reading from. This is a testimonial on my part, folks. Okay, and am I losing my camera here? Get up there, camera. Get up there. Where do you want to start? The hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, open until 8 on Friday with all-you-can-eat fish. Starting May 21st and running throughout the summer, they will be open Thursday nights as well until 8 o'clock. Classic car driving, featuring things like root beer floats and coney dogs. Sounds like a lot of fun. Don't forget, that's beginning Thursday. So beginning May 21st throughout the summer, they will be open Thursday and Friday night until 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's exciting news, isn't it? A lot of great new menu items. I've had them all. They're all good. Fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere, reasonably priced. It's all good. It's just all good. Like I said, great family atmosphere, and it's just everybody knows where the Finish Line restaurant is because it's just the best doggone sit-down restaurant in our area, bar none. Award-winning breakfast served all day. Okay, award-winning breakfast served all day. You won't get a better meal than at the Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. I can promise you that. And I can also promise you when you fuel up from food at the Finish Line, you'll always finish first. And once you've paid your bill, you're done eating, you walk out that door, you'll have a big smile on your face. I promise you that. Okay? I'll see you there. All right. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance. I've got a question here for seniors. Seniors, have you got your playbook ready for Medicare? Well, do you? Don't let healthcare costs bench you. We're calling audible with Joe Root at Barrett Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. Whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, or you're losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement healthcare costs. Okay? Now, what about businesses? Businesses don't get sacked. Joe's got group health coverage options for you too. Okay? Give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. That's 2 R's and 2 T's, all one word. You'll find them on the corner of US 12 and M99 in downtown Jonesville. That's Joe Root Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. And of course, lastly, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walton Street. About 150 feet west of Howell, I guess. 517-610-5372. The only place around here to go, I've told you this many times. Again, I have no script. It's just a testimonial on my part. Okay? I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for them. 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale, as I said, the only place to go for tech services in our area. There is nothing, nobody else. Nobody does it better, believe me. Tim Lindley and his staff are more than capable of resolving any technical issues or dilemmas you may have. Okay? Whatever. Computers, new or used, flat screen TV, money, programming setup. Maybe you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all. Just get in there and see them. Okay? That is the only place around here to go for tech services. I'm telling you that right now. Quality PC downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-5372, 37 Waldron Street. When you get in there, tell them Rick and Mickey sent you. Thank you very much. Tigers last night. Framber Valdez. Look, in all fairness, he gave, he should have gotten out of the first inning without having been scored on. Zach McKinstry at third base made an error with 2 outs. Next batter hits a 3-run homer. 300 runs, but they all count. And they come out in the second inning, or was it the third? Doesn't really matter. 5 straight hits. They scored 5 runs. At that point, the game was pretty much over. That was the third inning. AJ Hinch sent him back out for the fourth inning. He gave up a couple of long home runs. The next batter up, Trevor Story, gets hit in the back with the first pitch. It was pretty obvious. And the ruling came down today. He has been suspended for 6 games, which means he will miss 1 start. He's been fined an undisclosed amount of money. This is nothing new for Framber Valdez. He kind of has a history of this. Latin players are very emotional anyway. Apparently through his interpreter, he said Story was tipping pitches from second base. If he was, he's not the first guy. He won't be the last to ever do that. It's all a part of the game. Okay. Look, nothing, the benches and the bullpens empty. There was nothing. Just how silly is this, really? How silly is it? First of all, the American League Central Division is a farce. Okay? Detroit and Cleveland now are both 18 and 19, and they're tied for first place. How do you like that? Is that a crap division or what? Good Lord. Look at the National League Central Division by comparison. What a farce the American League Central Division is. I'm just telling you right now. 18 and 19, and you're in first place. Okay. All right. But as far as the became pretty obvious, Valdez was throwing at him. Whether he's tipping pitches or not, even his manager couldn't defend him. Okay. Why did he send him back out there in the fourth inning? Because he realized who was pitching tonight. Jack Flaherty, he's probably going to have to yank him early. You're going to get this bullpen worn out. It's not very good anyway. Tigers have a lot of problems right now. Can they weather the storm? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I really don't. And again, hitting wise, they scored 2 runs in the first inning last night. A Verling home run, a couple of singles. Look, Red Sox came in here in a funk, at least offensively anyway. And they fired Alex Cora a couple of weeks ago. They're in last place in a good division. Well, not a good division, but they're certainly better than the American League Central. Actually, if the Red Sox were in the American League Central, they'd be in pretty good shape right now. I don't know what to tell you about the Red Sox. If you're a Boston fan, you've got my sympathy because you're playing in a bad division. You got to play the Yankees twice. You got to play the Rays. Well, not twice, 4. 2 in Fenway and 2 in their ballpark. So that's you're in a tough division. You got my sympathy, Red Sox fans, but and again, even with the Patriots, the more and more pictures. If you didn't know, Patriot fans up in New England, there are more and more pictures coming out every day, candid pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. This isn't going to go away. It just didn't. And I think, this is just me saying this, I think at some point before training camp opens up for the Patriots, I think Mike Vrabel will be handing in his resignation because this isn't going to go away anytime soon. And any adversity that the Patriots have this fall will be blamed exclusively on this incident. I can assure you of that. You're watching in New England right now. I can assure you folks of that. So you've got my sympathy on that. I mentioned the schedule. Lions have the easiest schedule in the National Football League this coming season. Last season, by comparison, of course, the Tigers, the Lions were playing a first place schedule last season. And 9 of their 17 games last season were played against teams that had a winning record the previous season. This year, 9 games they're playing this year are against teams with losing records. losing records. Okay, that leaves 8 more games. 9 and 8 is 17, of course. 9 of the games are playing this year against teams that had losing records last year. The other 8 games, 2 with the Bears, 2 with the Packers, 2 with the Vikings, they all had winning records. Those are 6 of the 8. The other 2 are the Patriots, of course, at Ford Field and at Buffalo against the Bills in their new stadium. Okay, that's why they have the easiest schedule in the league this year. So I guess that helps. I think the Giants are going to be better. By the way, we know now that the Lions will be playing the Giants in Munich. Okay, we don't know when. We'll have to wait until I think the week of the 18th. I think somewhere between May 18th and May 20th, the NFL schedule is coming out. So that gives you something to look forward to. Okay? All right. I think we've covered everything. I've talked long enough. That's going to do it. Don't forget every Saturday morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM, Time Out with Andy and Jed from 9 to 10. And of course, I will speak to you all again on Friday. Hopefully, we'll be talking about another Piston victory. Keep your fingers crossed. This is a very important game. I think number 2 is the most important game of this series. Game 2 tomorrow night. Most important game of this series. I really do. Okay. So I'll talk to you all again on Friday. Until then, and look, I can't thank you all enough for watching and listening. If it's just something you just stumbled across and you found me, please tell your friends how good this is. Let them know. Let them know to subscribe. It doesn't cost 1 red cent. And the bonus is you'll get notified every time I come on the air. You can watch it live or watch it later at your own leisure. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please remember to treat each other with respect. So from Massachusetts to Hawaii and everybody in between, those of you watching in Hawaii, aloha. I'll talk to you all again on Friday. So long, everybody. Bye-bye.